No, colleagues, thank you once again. As I indicated that my job, it's simple, is to say how do we, as much as we are saying within the tourism space, that's the technology we use, that the world has become a global village. So we belong to one another. We need to start opening our borders, opening ourselves to one another on how do we move forward within the tourism space. But for now and for today, I want to represent Africa as the continent, especially post-COVID-19, the beauties and the opportunities that prevail in our beautiful continent. And by the way, when you look at 7 continents of the world, we all complement one another. We all need one another. In our drive for recovery, in our drive for economic inclusion, there is no way we can ignore the importance and the impact of this continent of Africa. And by the way, irrespective of when you look at the global community, we have so much human resource that has been extracted, that came from Africa, that is serving the other 6 continents of the world. So therefore, it's fundamental to start appreciating what comes from Africa. My passion is to see how do we rebrand, how do we reposition this lovely continent so that we can also play a pivotal role within the global community. And by the way, it will require a 99,000 page book just to write and narrate the beauties and the opportunities of Africa. Yeah, for the sake of time, I believe with all my heart that Africa is a vast continent with so much diversity, so much diverse countries in the world. And by the way, statistics have shown that the continent has been the growing tourist attraction in itself. Can you take a minute to imagine that 55 member states with each country offering a unique offering from tradition and culture and twin natural wonders? And by the way, these twin natural wonders, these are they that draw tourist attraction from all over the world, looking to experience their own piece of this lovely continent of Africa. And may I be allowed to be carried away from the pyramid of Egypt to exotic beaches and warm waters of Tanzania. The Okavango Delta, one of the most breathtaking places on earth, which is one of the top tourist destinations in Africa. Do you want me to talk about Congo and their neighboring Uganda? They are famous for its mountain gorillas. And the Virungu National Park, perhaps one of the best places in the world where are these impressive creatures. They can be seen, they can be explored. Dear friends, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And on tourism is one of the key factors in drawing economic recovery with its transformative tools within its take-off post-COVID-19. Maybe can we reflect post-COVID, before COVID-19? Yes, we did actually note the steady growth from a small base of just over 6.7 million visitors. That was in 1990, attracting about 33.8 million visitors in 2012. And by the way, the receipts from tourism in 2012 amounted to over 36 billion US dollars, directly contributing to about 2.8% of the region's GDP. Yeah, and by the way, these are just minimal figures. And the continent could do more to surpass these figures, as 78% to 80% were directly contributed to our international traffic flow. And by the way, these statistics, they are coming from the UNWTO. which I believe that with the omission of our domestic appreciation, these numbers do not reflect the realities on the ground. So therefore, as African Tourism Board, we believe that this continent, we need to broaden robustly in capitalizing tourism as an economic development tool for our member states. Because where I'm sitting now, I do believe that we have only utilized a fraction, 30% of our domestic value product. We haven't appreciated, much of our domestic sustainability. So it is high time where we are advocating to say, can we then start appreciating our domestic, our national, and our continental regional travel? And how do we do that? And I believe that a lot should really be recrafted again, because tourism hasn't been actually crafted to accommodate your domestic market segment. It is a sector that needs transformation, and we are not going to apologize on that, because in essence, tourism was structured for a particular market segment that excluded the custodians of all these resources we have. So until it is reshaped again so that your populace, your local populace, your domestic populace, they also enjoy and be part of the mainstream within the tourism space, which is one of our priority goals, to talk to member states to say, how do we start to appreciate ourselves within the continent? We need to see intertrade as much as the African Union are emphasizing that we need to start trading amongst one another. So therefore, as African Tourism Board, we are saying there is so much potential for tourism growth in the continent, and it is so significant. Africa, with its abundance of assets, with expansive beaches. By the way, 2018, I went to London as I was attending the WTM. I had the privilege of actually driving from London to Scotland. And I had a privilege of going to one of their beaches. And I was very hesitant to actually dip myself in the water, because the water appeared brownish-like, and that's a fact. If you come to Africa's beaches, in the last 2 weeks, I was in Zanzibar. It's divine beauty in its best way. You see your clear waters of the sea, and these are the blue waters of Africa. So we have so much to offer in comparison to other continents of the world, which at times I normally get tempted to think that Africa was created first in the formation of this world, and then the other continents were probably an afterthought. I'm saying this because of what the continent offers. I cannot talk about the plentiful of wildlife, the extensive natural and cultural attractions, and adventure opportunities. So that's why what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to bring out is to say, how do we complement one another? Yes, within the global community, by the way, and start appreciating Africa as one of the continents of the global community, so-called global community. In as far as tourism is concerned, and in as far as investment opportunities prevail in Africa. So I believe that, especially within the 54 member states in Africa, yes, we need a paradigm shift, right, in actually reshaping and creating a sustenance within the tourism space. Oh yes, so how do we translate tourism for the benefit of our domestic, which has been emphasized more and more and more within our populace? Because I believe that with so much at our disposal, as I have actually narrated the beauties that prevail in Africa, but yet so little enjoyment to those who are still custodians and supposedly beneficiaries of these beauties. And I believe that also translates to all other continents, that it is necessary to have a need to sustain and deepen tourism success as we grow our strategies needed to disperse and look within our domestic and community-based tourism. And we need to accelerate an inclusive approach, yes, in a drive to energize continental economies. And totalism will surely fuel the economic transformation in Africa, and thereby spreading the immense range of benefits that will improve livelihoods of our communities. Dina, Sandra, we are looking forward to welcome you in Africa.
Oh, thank you. And all
the teams from IVTM. And I can assure you as African Tourism Board to coordinate with yourself and have a well-coordinated event for 2023. Let's not do it virtually, but let's bring it on the ground. We need a physical event. We are actually next month on the 11th, we are attending the World Tourism Market Africa. That is going to be a physical event. We will support you in every spheres in running the conference. Bring it to Africa. We will support you. Come and enjoy our diversity. Come and enjoy and share our laughter. And come and feel what love is. Rooted in Africa, in our diversity. Our doors are open for international tourists to indulge with us and build the world to be a better place for all. That's what we stand for. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming today. It has been such a privilege to have this interview with you, and I'm full of joy and I'm full of I can feel your passion and excitement. And I'm like, I want to go visit every country in Africa right now.
You better do that. We really appreciate. Thank you once again. My apologies with all the hiccups, and we have challenges with connectivity.
You're fine. You're fine. It has been such a privilege having you today.
Thank you so
Definitely
much.
we will connect later.
Oh yes, let's have a conference in Africa. We will assist you, and we will get countries that will welcome you and be part of this progressive engagement. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Cuthbert. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dee.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a blessed one as well.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.